Welcome back to video number 3. This is the video about the royal family. We're going to start though with something that's royal, not specifically about the family and not that good, but let's cover that first. Let's go. All right, so let's just throw this out there because I just thought it was important. Apparently, there's a fight breaking out between military chiefs and senior soldiers in the Army's most prestigious regiments over recruits that have come in from Commonwealth nations. So a letter was sent to the top people, and experienced troops are saying that the Commonwealth applicants are only interested in sending money back to their families, that most of the recruits lack respect for the regiments and they only half-hearted, allegiance to king and country, and they're not happy. So I guess they're going to have to look into that. All right, let's move on. Next up, the annual swan upping on the River Thames concluded on Monday the 22nd. And what they do is these people go up and down on the Thames on these rowboats that they call skiffs. And they get these swans and they record the census and the health, and they measure and they weigh the entire swan population over a 130-kilometer route. There is a video that shows that they are very, very gentle with these beautiful creatures, and they just want to make sure that everybody's healthy. You wouldn't want some disease to get in there and wipe out all the swans. All right, let's move on. Let's move on now to the Duchess of Edinburgh. She is the Colonel-in-Chief of the REME, and they are the professional engineers of the Army, and they keep the equipment in the hands of the users fit. Anyway, she was there for their festival of sport. They had over 1,000 service personnel attended from over 50 units. There was swimming, rugby, skiing, boxing. Looks like everybody had a great time. Sophie started one of the races, as you can see here. She's doing a fabulous job. You guys know I love her and I call her Secret Weapon Sophie. I have noticed that a lot of the newspapers have started calling her that. Don't let them fool you. That came from me. They stole it. All right, moving on. Let's move on now to James Middleton. Whew, he's a hottie. We know that he has a baby son, Inigo, and Mr. Middleton put up I guess it was an Instagram video. Remember, he's got his own dog food brand called James and Ella. And in this video, his son goes to the grocery store, starts grabbing the food, drops it into the cart, and they go out of the store. Now, the brand is called James and Ella. We know that Ella is his late dog, and now they've expanded into freeze-dried raw food toppers and air-dried treats. So Mr. Middleton made a statement that really caught my attention. He said, and I'm quoting, "I'm passionately growing my business and watching Inigo grow up at the same time, knowing that neither would have existed if it hadn't been for Ella, the dog who saved my life." You guys know how I feel about Finn, my rescue dog, so I totally get that statement. All right, let's move on. Here we go, moving on. Prince George turned 11. I just can't. And it seems like they just had him. Don't you guys feel that way? Anyway, his picture, look at that. That is one darn good looking kid. He's going to be a heartthrob. Catherine took that picture in Windsor earlier in the month, which is her royal tradition. Now, it's hard to believe he's 11. I wanted to go back. I'm glad somebody posted these. These are pictures of him from birth up till now, and you'll recognize these photos. First up, we have Catherine and William leaving the hospital, further cementing the fact that she gave birth to George, as if there's any doubt. The second picture shows them showing up for George's christening. I believe that is the Queen that William and Catherine are speaking to as they're holding gorgeous baby George. The next picture is when they were in Australia, because I remember they handed George the toy and George just whoop, and flew it over his shoulder, and Catherine was horrified. Number 4, I love this picture. This is George at his baby sister's christening at the chapel. Look at that outfit and look at those cheeks. Number 5, this photo, I really don't know when it was taken, but I think that pretty much shows him at about, I want to say 2 or 3 years of age. Now, the next picture is his first day of school. Catherine wasn't there because she was sick with morning sickness and she couldn't make it. Oh, and I felt bad for her. Number 7 is when George was in Eugenie's wedding and he was there with Charlotte. Look at, even then, his facial features haven't really changed. He looks basically the same. Number 8, they were on the balcony. I believe that might have been the Platinum Jubilee, but don't quote me on that one. I'm saying that because Catherine's wearing yellow in that picture. Number 9 was when they came out to clap for healthcare workers everywhere who were working through the COVID pandemic. I, for one, appreciated when she did that. The next picture is when they took George to watch, I call it soccer, they call it football. We know he's as big of a fan of it as Prince William is. And the next picture is George at his grandfather's coronation. Look at that smile. Again, he looks so mature in these pictures. It just makes me want to cry. Now, of course, the fans took this picture apart, as everybody does whenever Catherine takes photos, but we know what a great photographer she is, and they noticed something on George's wrist. So let's go back to the picture, and sure enough, he's got like a bracelet on, and let's zoom in. That is similar to a friendship bracelet that Charlotte was seen wearing when she was out with Catherine for, I believe it was tennis. Lovely. Now, of course, it was pointed out that after this birthday, there's a special rule that's going to kick into effect, and that rule is that he will no longer be able to fly with his father. The rule is heirs to the throne are required to take air trips separately to preserve the line of succession should an accident occur. So after he turns 12, that's it. And it was the same with William. When he turned 12, he was flying in a separate royal jet apart from his father and apart from Harry. He will be having, it appears, 2 birthday parties, one at Amber Hall, where he'll be for the summer, and then one with his school friends back in London at Kensington Palace at a later date. You know, with he has a lot of friends. He's a very popular kid. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to go down into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, my Amazon wish list. If there's anything that you've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.